Howdy, hi, everybody. How the hell are you? Well, I had to come up because I didn't see anybody else up. It could be because my feed is just so goddamn full of subscribers. I don't see everybody. But what I have is a pit bull I'm babysitting. I am babysitting Pfieffer the pit bull. Pfieffer was being mouthy as a son of a bitch this afternoon. Hey, Black, how are you? I see you. I see you, god damn it. Show you the puppy. All right. Pfeiffer, come here. She was being bitchy and mouthy earlier. We ate 4 hamburgers, some chips. What else did she have? Oh, some breakfast bars. Pfeiffer, come here. Pfeiffer. And she was in here playing with her toys. She had to play with her squeakies and try and keep them away from me. And we played with that for a while. I let her outside, go potty, come back in, ate hamburgers, ate chips, ate all kinds of stuff. She had raw hamburgers. She had cooked hamburger. She had breakfast bars. I gave her a treat, a bacon treat. I don't know, man. Pfeiffer, come here. Pfeiffer. Come here, Pfeiffer. Or I got to come in and get you. Pfeiffer, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Here she comes. She's coming. Let me take the pillow down so you can, come here. Pfeiffer, come here. Come here. Come here. Are you a good dog? Yes, you're a good dog, ain't you? How come you was being an old shithead before? Huh? How come you was being an old shithead before? Why? Why was you being an old shithead? Yeah, see? They're looking at you. They can see you right up here. Yeah, you see? They can see you. Yes, they can see you. You're a good dog, but you get mouthy after a while. You know, you get mouthy and you start barking at stuff. Yes, I know. Can you give me your hand? There you go. You're a good dog. Yes, you are a good dog. And you like to hold hands every once in a while. Yeah. All right. Whoa. What? What were you going to say? Was you going to tell a story? Was you going to tell a story? What was you going to say? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You going to tell more story? You going to say something else? What are you going to say? What are you going to say? What are you going to say? Whoa, whoa. A woof, woof? And what else? Are you trying to tell me a story or what? Huh? Are you trying to tell me a story or what? Whoa, whoa. Yes. And then you would like to go to sleep? No. I was bothering you, so you wanted to go to sleep, right? Yeah. I understand what you're saying. I got you up from your nap, didn't I? Yeah. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. You are a good dog. Yes, you are. You're chewing on my fingers. What you chewing on my fingernail for? Huh? What you chewing on my fingernail for? What you chewing on my fingernail for? You like that, don't you? Them old jaw muscles, they get sore. They get sore, don't they? Them big old jaw muscles. They get sore, don't they? Yeah, they does. Yes. And you got a nice old rub head, a nice head rub up there. Yes. All right. Yes, I know. You can go lay down again if you want. You can go lay down again if you want to. You can lay down again if you want to. We are all done talking. We are all done talking. You might not be all done talking, but we're all done talking. Yeah. We're all done talking, ain't we? Yeah. You old dog. You old dog. Yes, you old dog. You're a pretty good dog, ain't you? Yeah. You're a pretty good dog, aren't you? Yes. Are you a good dog? Are you a good dog? Are you a good dog? Oh, nice little play ball. Nice little stretch. Yes. You are a good dog, aren't you? Can you show us your ears? Can you show us your ears? What are you doing with my table? What are you doing underneath my table there? Yeah. She's just going to go hide out in the kitchen. Okay. Well, now that you got to see Pfeiffer, Your legs are sore. Yeah, it was a nice squeaky. She's got nice toys. I got, oh shit. I got deer antlers over there for her to chew on. She's got that squeaky. She's got a fish squeaky over there. She's got a double tennis ball arm thing over there. She's got all kinds of furry little things out there that have all been torn apart, and all that's left is little fur scraps. She's got all that, but she chooses to come out here and bother me. And I'm telling you what, that young lady got real mouthy before, and she's sitting there looking at me. She's right in there in the living room looking at me because she knows I'm talking about her. What'd you get at the LCS, bud? What'd you pick up? Anything I need? Anything I want? Hey, I'm trying to put together a dime book. And I'm using those pages that I got from you. And I put them in a 3-ring binder. And I'm trying to put together a dime book. From what to what? From 1940 up. So I got, I need several. You want to see a list that I'm missing? Right there. That's the list that I'm missing. And I went on Wikipedia and did a bunch of research and Numesta. And one of the things I wanted to do was show you. I got a package today. It wasn't a coin package, but it was a package for music lovers. If you are a music lover, like I am a music lover, you see my guitar sitting right there. See my little electric guitar sitting right there. And if you look back over there in the corner, there's an acoustic sitting over there behind the turkey, behind Tom over there. But what I did pick up were I ordered a couple of CDs from a guy called Anthony Gomes, or Gomez, but it's an S, so it's Gomes, Anthony Gomes. And if you don't know who Anthony Gomes is, you should probably look him up because he plays blues rock, blues rock. And if you like, this is his last album right here, Praise Aloud. Great album, both of them great albums. But I got a 2-package deal, both of them signed for like, I don't know, what, $15? It was a pretty good deal, and they're both long albums too. So yeah, it was good bucks. I saw him at the Surf Ballroom in Clear Lake, Iowa, at the historic Surf Ballroom, and I'm gonna tell you what, I became an instant fan, and I got to talk to him. It was a great show. The guy is really, really good. And if you like blues rock, you're going to love that. Hey, Lady Bluegrass, how are you? Talking about some music. Anthony Gomes. I got these 2 CDs today. This was my package for today. And if you like blues rock, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. This is his last album. It just came out not a couple months ago. Praise Aloud. Really good. This is the one before that. High Voltage Blues. Yeah, I don't know. I like music, and maybe you guys don't like music. I don't know. I got number 25 and number 23. If you notice right there, that one is signed. That one might be 25, but I think that's 23 because his 25 right down here is in the shape of a 5. But yeah, Damn good album, damn good music. If you like 80s, a touch of 80s heavy metal with your blues, that's what you got. That's what you got. Then the other thing I was feeling, and I wasn't going to get another one anytime soon, but I got some of these. You remember I was telling you about change purses and coin containers from back in the day when we had little coins? Well, we had this double clutch, right? We had that double clutch, so it opens up either that side or that side. You see that? It's a double. It's a double. And that's when we kept small coins. I'm going to have to put this down just a little bit. Come on. Oh, quit that, you stupid fucking... God damn. I swear to God. Yeah, all right. We're going to move up here. So we kept small coins in our coin purses. Yeah, you can't see it. There we go. I might be able to see it now. Sure, it's got a camera's got to try and focus on everything else in the background before it focuses on whatever it is in the foreground. A 1 shilling piece. I think that's all I had in there. What do we got over on this side? Oh, hell, we got a couple of coins over there. What do we got in here? Well, see, not only did we keep bigger coins in there, I think that was a South African, wasn't it? I don't know. I have to look at it, but that might have been British. And then we had this one. I think I had some of my British coins in there. That one is really dark and nasty. And then, and this is why we had change purses. Right there. That's a Honduran coin. Look at how small that thing is. You want to see it next to my thumbnail? Right there. That's how big it is. Let me put it on my thumbnail. All right, that's what we had in that one. This one was that German one. You see, it's still got the imprint on it. This is the one that had the, you could put your keys in your coin purse. What do we have in here for coins? Some little bitty ones. Little bitty ones. They're French 50 centimes. And I don't know what that one was. Wow, that's even small for me to see. We'll put the 50 centimes down there. Let's get my old eyes. Helvetia. It's a 1943 1 franc Helvetia. And that is a, ooh. It's Napoleon III. It's a 50 cent times 1864. Francais. What else do we have in there? Anything else in there? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. We had a pile of them in here. All right, now. And you see how big the coins were. All right, you put them all right there. Now here was that 50-cent times. That was as big as my thumbnail, right? Here is another coin. If you notice how small this thing is, and that's how small coins were back in the day. I think this is 20 cents, but let me see. Yep, 20 cents, 1964. That was a French coin also. Empire Francais, 20 cents, 1864. Now, we'll see how big that one is compared to my that is one small coin, and I've got some that are even smaller than that. All right, that was that little French purse, or that little, yeah, French made with the key ring purse in there. Then we had these zippered ones that people used to give out with their advertisements on. They were a cute little purse. I don't know, did I have anything in there? Oh yeah, I did. Here's another one of them really small little buggers. And that's why we had little coin purses. I don't know, you probably can't see it now, but oh, there we go. It's not the best shape, but it's pretty good. 5 centimes. There we go. And here's that little pineapple or turtle. I can't tell. Little turtle, little Fiji turtle. 42. Yeah, and that's why we had these change purses. And they turned them into advertisements. Then we came up with these right here. It had the advertisement on it. But this had 2 little springs on it right there. What we have in there? Oh my God, look at that. There are some coins in there. There were a couple of coins in there, but that looks like all the teeth I had pulled out of my head. Yep. Oh, look at that one. One looks like it might even have some gold in it. I think it might have. And that's why we kept them, because there might be some gold in there. Anyway, that was mine. Then we had these, the plastic one. And a lot of seed companies gave these away, but these just open up like that. You just squeeze them together from the end. A lot of times they had a little chain on them at the end. See the holder. One of them had a chain on. And then you would just dump your coins out like that, and you would count out your change, and then you would put it back in, slip it in your pocket, and you kept your change like that. You wouldn't lose it through a hole in your pocket or anything. This one I found. This was 2 change purses, and if you look right here, you can see they were sewed together right around here. So you can keep something right in here, scrap of paper or whatever, but each side you keep coins in. This one has and this one is a reproduction. It's an ancient coin. It says WRL on it's got WRL stamped on it, but I can't make out what it was supposed to be. Oh, upside down. Of course I would have it upside down. My daughter got this for me when she was in Europe as a souvenir. I don't know what that one is, but it goes back in there. And then on the other side, I think she got me another one. This one I am not real sure of. It's not silver. It's kind of like a gold coin. C'est Chateau de Montségur, Pays Cathar, France. I think this was the token you got when you went in. It says Médailles et Patrimoine. I do not know. And that was another one she got me when she was overseas, gallivanting around while she was in college. My daughter studied for her master's degree in London, and she told me about her plans to travel throughout Europe. Well, she was over there for that year, and I said, do it while you're young, dear. See everything you can possibly see. Be safe doing it. And she did. So those are some of the coins that are going to be for sale on Mama T's one of these days. I have some more right here that I want to show you. I have them written down now. I don't have these other ones written down, but these right here. 2 silver classics. You got Walking Liberty and a Mercury dime. I got 6 of these, and 2 of them you can see the backs of. The other 4 have these COAs, or little explanations inside. They are these coins were from, if I can remember right, Littleton Coin Company. And then, you would send off and sign up for something. They would send you those for free or for $1 or whatever. And then you would just go ahead and then cancel the membership to whatever it was, and you got to keep them. And I got 6 of those. And we're gonna sell those. I don't know why, but it's all silver. But maybe somebody needs them for a book, because I don't really collect them. I did at one time, but I don't anymore. And so most of my Mercuries I'm getting rid of, because I only have very few. I got a lot more Roosevelts than I got Mercuries. So then what else we got here? Oh, shoot. Here's another 42 Walking Liberty in a 2x2. So that one stays right there. What else we got here? We got we got a couple. I think Columbian Expositions. Yeah. A couple of Columbian Exposition halves. I got another one in a 2x. One's in a 2x2 and one's in a square capsule. Different years. What else we got here? Balboas. Here's a Balboa half. 1930 half. Here's a quarter Balboa. What else we got here? We got a 10th Balboa. So I got that snowman. And what else we got here? These are, ooh, French coins. Here's a 2 franc coin. Oh, upside down, of course. There's a 2 franc coin. And a 1 franc. 1917, 1 franc. And then here are a couple more 50 centimes. And those are 0.835. 0.835 silver. Most everything else is 0.90. Those are kind of neat. What else we got over here? Oh, here's a Barber quarter. Here's a 1908 D Barber quarter. What do we got? What do we got? Here's a Barber half. We got a 1909 Barber half. Not bad looking. I got a couple of other Barbers that aren't in 2x2s yet, but will be here shortly. So I got 3 Barber quarters and a Barber half. That's all I got for Barbers. So no sense of me hanging on to them. I might as well get rid of them to somebody else who can use them to fill a book. All of this stuff right here, I haven't got written down yet. I'm going to write all of that down. Let's see. I got another one here. We're going to take all the coins out of here. All of those come out. I just put them in the change purses just so that you could see them. I think these are just all my teeth now. Yeah, I think I got them all out of here. Got them all out of here. And I got them all out of here. So there you go. That's all my change purses. And why do I have change purses? Well, because they go with coins. Because they go with coins. And I'm not a big foreign collector. I have foreign coins. I bought a lot of foreign coins just because they're silver. But if somebody else needs them to fill a book, I just as soon have a 5-ounce bar or 10-ounce bar. Doesn't make any difference to me. Silver is silver to me. The only thing I collect is Canadian. That's the only thing I collect hard is Canadian coins. Other than that, I don't really collect. I have a fairly good collection of United States commemoratives, but as far as anything else, I have a full collection of Eisenhowers. I think I got a full collection of Benjis, pretty much. I do have a lot of Kennedys. I did collect them at one time. I did collect Sacagaweas at one time. The Sacks are all gone. Some of the Kennedys are gone now. Some of the nicer, more rare Kennedys I've kept. But a lot of American coins I don't collect. ASCs I don't collect. ASCs to me they all go in a tube. Nothing goes in a book. Nothing goes in a book. And I don't know. I don't collect a lot of stuff, man. Yeah, Bebbles are a nice coin, but I got other things. I got other things to collect. Let's go that way with it. Let's go that way with it. I have other things I need to collect. All right. I need more Canadian stuff. I don't need this stuff. Panamanian coins, French coins, British coins, some British, Philharmonics I like. Just simply because I like music and I like musical instruments. So that's the only reason I really like them. But damn, this is still just one of the smallest frickin' coins. I think this is just one of the smallest ones I have. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's I think that's French. Ooh, I turn it so you can see it just right. 1964, 20 cents. Yeah. I think that was French. Let me see. Yes, French. 20-cent coin, 1864. That might be one of the smallest coins I have. Napoleon III, Emperor. Now, see, something like that I would keep. Why would I keep something like that? Just simply because of its uniqueness, how small it is. I mean, I'll put it right here on top of a half, or on top of a quarter. On top of a dime size, nickel size. Here's the dime size right here. See how much smaller it is? So yeah, that's I think that's probably one of the smallest coins I own. And it's French. I think there's another coin, I think Norwegian, that's just as small. That's just as small as that, but I died EC for the dime. I have not yet, Lady Bluegrass. I should. And I'm not real sure what I need to send. Should I send Roosevelt's? Silver Roosevelt's? Should I send Mercury's? Should I send... I don't think I should send anything that's foreign. But I don't know. The de minimis, I'm going to have to actually do a little bit of research on that tonight, and I'll bet it's putting you to sleep. Trimes are small. Yes, they are. But I don't think they are as small as this. Shit. And then I just dropped it on the floor. That's going to be fun to find. All right, where'd you go? God damn it. I have a black mat here that I roll my chair around on and a brown carpet. And you know how much crap was on that coin? That's going to be real fun to find. Oh, God. Yeah, that's going to be fun finding that one. Hands and knees under the desk. I can see that happening. Oh, boy. Yeah, see, I knew I shouldn't have been fucking with that without being over top of the desk. Crap. Yeah, well, we'll find it. It's just going to take a little bit. Don't know where it went, but it's right down there someplace. I know it's right down there someplace. Stand up and see if it's on my lap. Nope, not on my lap. So I don't know where it went, but we'll find it. That's what happens when you fuck around, you find out. God damn it. And I got a lot of other coins to sell too. BB, I got a lot of Canadian pennies I gotta go. Extras. I got an extra book. I got some Phillies, some Phillies I gotta go. What else we got? Those go over there. What do we got here? There's some Belgian. There's a 5 franc in there. Some Canadian stuff. 2 coin sets, United States proof sets. There's just a whole bunch of stuff over here. One of these days, I'm going to sell it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll get it done and get stuff, um, um, sorted out, written down, so that I can get that piece of paper over to Mama T, and maybe I get a cent. I just get a cent over to her instead of taking pictures of everything. Instead of taking pictures of everything and sending pictures over there, I will just send her the coins and have her put them up and show them right there, and then sell them. I think that'd probably be the best way to do it. Blockhead? Don't blame God. Well, God does that to teach you a lesson. And a lot of times you blame God for things, but in actuality, He's teaching you something. So, yeah, it's annoying. And that's what happens when you're annoyed. But I understand it's all for teaching me not to do that. It's taken me a long time to get to that point, to where I don't blame God for anything. But if I can't blame God for stuff, then I can't give Him credit for doing the good stuff either. Or can I? There's a discussion that will go down a deep, deep rabbit hole. The first thing you have to establish in that discussion is if there is a God per se. Is there a universal intelligence? Yes. Is there this person that's sitting somewhere in another dimension or at the outer reaches of the universe? And it can't be, because the universe is still expanding. That's a scientific fact. So he can't be there. Where is he? Everywhere and nowhere, right? Well, if you are describing a universal intelligence, then yes, it could be everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. If it's a person like you actually see in religious paintings and renderings, then no. Heaven and hell are also not what you think. They are real, but they're not what you think. And there's a whole discussion that should be had, and I almost think it should be done on acid or some really good bud. But anyway, I had those discussions back in my day when we were doing those things. We had those discussions, and we actually solved all the world's problems. I wish somebody had tape recorded those conversations, but there would probably be nothing but nonsense. But we thought we were solving all the world's problems, and maybe that is the only thing we can do, is think that we can affect change. I don't know. That's a great conversation. Oh, Lady Bluegrass already? I and the dog ate a pound of hamburger. We made 4 hamburgers. I gave her a little piece of raw hamburger, and then I cooked the rest of it. And then we ate 4 hamburgers, and she got half of them, and I got half of them. Oh, yeah, Hollywood. I don't know. Do you actually go see movies anymore? Do you actually watch television anymore at all? I watch no television. I haven't for a few years. I haven't gone to see a movie in 20 years. I just don't. When Hollywood started becoming stupid, I quit. There's another nice discussion for you. What's her face? Sweeney and her good jeans ad. uh, I see it as a societal shift. Back, but you tell me. You tell me. Good night, Lady B. Have a good evening. What are you having for supper? Steak? Steak, potatoes? Steak and pickled asparagus. Damn, is that good? Steak and pickled asparagus. Ah, man, is that good. But have a good evening. Have a good meal. We will see you later. Tank very straight through. Reverse proof with a tank privy with a strike through on reverse. And see, I don't really care about the. I know you weren't talking to me, but I like to get all the privies that I can, but when it comes to errors and strike throughs and this error, that error, whatever, I don't really care. I mean, I know some of them are worth some money, but really, yeah, it's a mistake. But why is it worth so much money? Because there's only so many, or because only so many people can have them? It's not that it's any more valuable as a coin or as a piece of silver. It's not that. So what is it? What makes it so valuable? Hold up a second. Hold up a second. Let me see what I got for reverse proofs. Privies. Oh, that's the wrong. That's the wrong one. Here's the right one. And put these up here. Throw that back over there. Throw this up here. Here we go. Privies in the wild. We got 2 tank privies, 2 cougars, 2 yin yangs, a dragon privy, a monkey privy, 2 fireworks privies, 2004, I think it's a Pisces privy, or a koi fish, I'm not sure. I got a 2017 rooster privy, ram privies. I have 2 or 3 of those. Leaning tower privy, grizzly bear privy. I got 2013. I got 2 snake privies. I have a 2001 snake privy. 2017 maple leaf with the Canada 150 underneath the leaf stem. 2018 Edison light bulb privy. two 2018 dog privies, 2015 E equal MC2 privy, 2012 Titanic privy, a 2014 Edison phonograph privy, 2014 horse privy, and a 2016 panda privy. That's what I got for privies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Joe Durbin Canadian Bells. Let's see. That's gold. And my first Special Service Force collection. You will notice that this is what I'm missing right down here. A 2013 1/2 ounce silver, a 2013 1/10 ounce gold, a 2018 1/10 ounce gold, and a 2018 1/4 ounce gold. Those are the 4 coins that I am missing from that entire series collection. Find them for me, Block. Find them. Especially that 2013 1/2 ounce silver. That's first Special Service Force coins. Hey, freaking awesome's here. EMC, Superman, Yin Yang. Some others I can't remember what that, man. Those are, yeah. Let me see. I got the EMC or equal MC2. I got the Yin Yang. I don't know if I have a Superman privy. I do have Superman coins, 2 Superman coins, but I don't think I have a Superman privy. So, hey, Cranky. How you doing, buddy? So, yeah, that's, I mean, I know I'm missing a bunch of them, but what the hell? Yeah, I know I'm missing a bunch. And I'm not sure. I'd have to look up on the Misso when the that privy series was run. I'd have to say from, what is the oldest one I got? It's 2001. And the newest one I have is like 2018. So I'm going to bet they ran for at least 20 years, from 2000 to 2020, is I'm going to bet, just about, or to 2019. I don't know what they did in 2020 because of COVID, but I know on my the first Special Service Force coins, they ran from 2013 to, where are they at here? 2013 to 2021. They did not make anything in 2020 because of COVID. So it went right from 2019 to 2021 with nothing in 2020. So I don't know. They could have did that with privy coins too. I don't know if they shut down the whole goddamn mint during 2020. I don't know. I'd have to look it up just to see. But yeah, those are the. I think I've got every Voyager dollar. 67. 50. I don't know. I have to look. And all the commemoratives that were in those years. I think I have all those. But yeah, it's just a little more research. I have not seen Jesse Kruckenberg for a while. But I haven't seen a lot of people for a while either. I think people come and go. Some people are hefty in streams for a while, for like a year or so, and then kind of go and do other things, and then we'll come back. I see a lot of newer people in streams now, especially in the racing streams. I see a lot of newer people now. I haven't seen several people for quite a while, but then it's summer. People are outside. People are vacationing. People are got to get work done. It's like me. I finally got all the wood that I had split from several years ago. All the wood that I had gathered from a couple years ago is now all that includes cottonwood, ash, maple, even some of the oak. I still have a pile of oak out there, but it's just oak logs. I haven't cut or split any of that, or very little of it. But all the other stuff in the pasture out there, in my wood lot down here, all cut, split, unpiled, is now in the shed and stacked. And I got room in there for another, 12 tractor loaders full in there yet. And my wife is cutting honeysuckle out of the grove and saving everything that's, wrist size or bigger up is firewood, and she's cutting that for me and hauling that over to the shed and stacking it. I told her, you don't have to do that. I mean, you just pile it right where you're cutting it. I'll come out and get it in the pickup. It ain't no big deal. But no, she wants to put it on a trailer and hook it behind her lawn tractor and haul it over there and do it herself. So, okay, well, whatever. That's not a big deal. You can do that if you want. But hi, Gatita. How are ya? Oh, looks like I got to put that into the chat. And I got to look at it and make sure it's correct before I send it. And there it is. Okay. That is my email. Of course, I have a Gmail too, but I'm not real sure what it is. Hold up a second. I'll look at it real quick. I can't. Otherwise, I'd have to leave this page, and I can't do that. So, I'd have to look in. Where do I have that written down at? I don't know. I think it's. Let's look in my little bookie here. Oh, shoot. Email. Yeah. I think it is. I think it's yeah. Let's see if I can get this. Back up, Gmail. I think that's my Gmail address, but I'm not sure. I like my other one better, my Omnitel. I don't know. Anyway, that's the way that is. 2 years solid on YouTube, and then not much lately. Yeah, well, Cranky. I remember that because you. Let me see. Yeah, it was right when I had my ankle refused and I was laid up for a year, that I was on YouTube a lot. What was that, 2 years ago? And I have quit going to racing streams as much, although I do show up, say hi, do a few races, but I don't spend hours and hours and hours there anymore. I will do this. I will make my own little videos because I like doing that, and doing lives, especially opening mail from people. But also, I want to do more videos out in the shop where I'm panning gold. But I had to wait till I got an adapter for my tripod for my phone to go on. And now I've got that. So I can do videos and then I can upload those. Shorts, yeah. I got a couple of videos I want to upload from my phone from this last concert I was at. What was the last concert I was at? Jesus. 38 Special. And all of you people that are from the West Coast and from the extreme East Coast, Northeast, probably don't know who. No, it wasn't 38 Special. It was Head East. Head East. Head East. We're a big regional band out of the middle of the country. Went down to the southeast, up through the middle of the country. I pretty much from mountain range to mountain range. I mentioned the band to Stack and to some of the people out in California. They had no clue who the fuck Head East was. But they had 2 or 3 big hits on radio. Never Been Any Reason, Saved My Life, Going Down for the Last Time. Yeah, they had 3 or 4 big hits back in, let me see, it would have been late in the 80s because they started in 75. Went through 2 or 3 band member changes. And then for this 50th anniversary tour that I just saw, all the original band members were back. So, yeah, I did a great job. Front row, got to meet, shake hands, talk to all of the band members. I got a playlist off the stage, signed by every band member. I got 4 guitar picks, one from each guitar player. I had the bass and the lead guitar. Lead guitar, I got 2 picks from. Bass guitar, I got 1 pick from. The lead singer actually plays bass for several songs, and I got a pick from him also. And I think I said this before, he pulled out his pocket. Let me get this. Let me get this. Let me get this. Let me get these things here that I did get, and I put the playlist in my my ticket stub booth or book already. But here are the rest of the picks from the other guys. I got them all screwed up in there. But here's the pick from the bass guitarist, who's also the lead singer, from the bass guitarist. A sign, yeah, okay. But during one of his songs, there are some lyrics about an empty pocket. And so what he does, he reaches in his pockets. He pulls out his pockets so they're dog-eared out of his pants. But much to his amazement and to everybody else's amazement in the front row, he dropped a penny out of his pocket. He didn't know it was in there. I don't know if you can see that. Surf Ballroom and Museum, Clear Lake, Iowa. what is that penny? I had him sign that penny. Darren Walker, lead singer, Head East, 50th anniversary tour, 8/1/2025. And he signed that. I brought that home and put it in a 2x2 right away. And it is a 2025, I believe, penny. Nope, 2023. It would have been so much better had it been a 2025 penny, but a 2023 penny. And I had him sign that. Now, if I could just have him write a letter and authenticate that and send that off to NGC or PCGS and have him slab that bitch, I would do it in a heartbeat. Along with the pick that comes with him. That's sitting side by side. And if you signed the letter, you could use that signature on a label inside the slab. Oh, that'd be great. That would be great. Russ never sleeps. Yeah, well, I've only got to see him once, so. My DNC ticket worth burning? Yeah, it might be. Anyway, yeah, that's you know, I have I think I put the one pick from the lead guitarist in my book with the playlist. And I think I had the other lead guitarist and the bass guitarist is right here. Those are going to go to my daughter, who got my entire collection of guitar picks from, good God, from the 70s up through now. And I'm going to keep this guitar pick with the penny. But that was an amazing little concert. I was right in the front row, right in front of the bass guitarist, right next to the lead singer, right there. And the lead guitarist is over here on this side, who also played steel guitar and slide guitar down here, plus a steel guitar horizontally, plus his lead over his shoulder. And if you don't know about the organ player, he plays his old organ that sits on 2-inch steel frame that rolls in and out, and they put that on there. But he also has an organ with a like a guitar strap that goes over his shoulder, and he can play, and it's corded, you know. And the newer technology would be, it'd be wireless and Bluetooth and all that shit. It's still corded to the amp. And I watched him play that 25 years ago. I think it was the last time I saw him. No, more than that, 30 years ago. And he was playing it then, and he played it from the beginning, and he's still playing that thing. Still playing the original organ, the original one that he gets up and walks around with. It's great. It's great seeing that shit, man. Yes, and I remember when they started, it was 1975. It was the year I graduated high school. It was the year I went into the Army for the first time. And so I remember that band very, very well. And the other band I remember very, very well is Deep Purple. 74, 75, the forerunner to 80s heavy metal, man. Well, White Rabbit. No, the name of the song was White Rabbit. Go Ask Alice was a lyric. I never got to see Deep Purple, but I would like to have. And back then, I probably would have passed out too. Who knows? I think I saw Alice when she was 10 feet tall, but I'm not sure. I did see painted cement blocks that looked like cottage cheese, and I swear to God they were breathing. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Rory Gallagher was a good one. Rory was a good one, man. I don't think I ever saw Jefferson Starship or Jefferson Airplane. Grace Slick had an amazing voice, though. Amazing voice. You know, I slept until I went to bed at 12 o'clock last night. Pfieffer went to bed at about 9:30. She went and lay down on my bed and, of course, stole all my fucking blankets. So when I went in there at 12 o'clock, I had to move her over and get my blankets and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I didn't get up this morning until I got up early at like 6 o'clock. I took my pain medication, went back to bed. I didn't get up until 1 o'clock this afternoon. For some reason, I was just extremely, extremely tired. And it's not like I did a whole lot of work yesterday. I mean, I did this week, but good Lord, man. And then I looked out my window this morning when I went back to bed at like 6:30 or something like that. My wife was out in the garden working already. And I got up at 1. She was gone. She's been gone ever since. So I don't know where she went. Over to her mother's, I would imagine. Her mother's been fighting that cancer, so I'm sure she's over there. Yes, Rory Gallagher was very underrated, but there were a lot of musicians back in that day that were underrated. A lot of them because they wouldn't play games with the recording industry, and they more or less got blacklisted. They were still able to produce music, but they had to go to alternative labels, and a lot of people didn't hear of them. I will say Stevie Ray Vaughan, one of the better blues guitarists I've seen. But you really need to, if you're, I'm going to hold him up again. The package I just got, Anthony Gomes. You like blues rock? There it is, buddy. I saw this man in concert, and he's awesome. I am going to go see one of the best guitarists I've ever seen in my life. He doesn't play rock. He doesn't play blues. He plays Christian music. Yeah, you're thinking to yourself, really? You saw him on Hee Haw if you watch Hee Haw back in the day. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Marty Stewart. And if you've never seen Marty Stewart play guitar, I think you'll change your mind about one of the best guitarists you've never, ever seen in your life if you've never seen Marty Stewart. Marty Stewart's a Christian. He plays a lot of Christian rock or Christian country. Surprise the hell out of you. Oh, I've seen Alice a couple of different times, but I never got to see David Bowie. David Bowie would have been kind of fun to see. But that was back in my weird days, so. Bowie and who was the other one? God damn. Mm-hmm. No, I can't think. At Pigeon Forge. Tennessee? Really? Jesus, when I went to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, the only thing I wanted to do was climb in the wind tunnel and do some skydives in the wind tunnel. I got that picture here someplace. Really? Huh. No, we used to go down through Pigeon Forge when I lived in Illinois and had to drive down to Fort Bragg. So we go down that way and then over across Pisgah Mountain to, what the hell, the college town, and then down to Fort Bragg, down to Fayetteville. We go down by Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and down that way and over. Rocking the Smokies or smoking the Rockies? Funny. It's amazing how many, when you talk to people, how many bands people have gone to see, the ones that you didn't see, the ones they didn't see, the ones that you both seen. And I like talking about music. Back in the day, back in mid 70s, when I first went in the Army, we did a lot of music. I had my Marantz and my speakers, JBLs, and my phonograph, and just about everybody had one, a setup. And music was our life in the barracks. I mean, that's what we did. That and smoke dope. So that was my early Army days, not my later Army days. So. In '98 skiing, I was up in New Hampshire in the White Mountains or Vermont skiing in the 80 to 83, early 80s. And I went snow skiing a few times after that. But when you move back to Iowa, there really ain't a whole hell of a lot of places to go ski. If you do ski, it's just little bunny hills and shit around here. So I basically quit skiing, and my knees and ankles were getting so bad anyway that I couldn't ski anymore. I'm thinking I haven't skied in a while, a long while. Not since, well, I'm going to say early 90s. I don't think I've skied since. Early 90s, probably, or late 80s. But you get older, and those injuries start to take over after a while. Your body can't adjust to them anymore. So, oh, Prince was way underrated. Way underrated. But where did Prince come from, too? Came from Minnesota, came from the cities, from Twin Cities. So, and he chose to live there. He didn't choose to move to California or Hollywood or any of that shit. So that might have been another reason why he never got as big as he should have gotten. Oh, I think Prince was a real forward thinker, I think. He was a pretty good guitarist, too. I'll give him that. But I think he was thinking ahead. He was thinking ahead. Yep. Yep. Oh, I don't know. I'd have to look in my book and just see. A lot of the guys that played with Tom Petty or played with Prince or played with um, several people that were headliners, but they were the guitarists behind the front guy. You know, the bass guitarist behind the front guy, the drummers behind the front guy. A lot of those guys are just unsung musical geniuses, I think. But the mailman, it could have been. Yeah. Yeah. You know, plane crashes and shit like that. A lot of that stuff is unforeseen. It's the ones that die of heroin addiction or alcohol addiction that are the preventable deaths. Those are the ones that get you because those are preventable. You know, airplane crashes in bad weather and stuff like that. You know, that shit happens, but it's the stuff that's preventable that those are the ones that really get you. Well, how far east are you compared? You know, if I look out the window to the east, it's dark over there too. But are we in different time zones? Might be, because you're above New York. So yeah, you might be a different time zone. Because it is now 7:45, almost 8 o'clock here. So if you're a time zone ahead of me, you're 9 o'clock out there. So at 9 o'clock, it'll be dark here too. But hold up a second, I want to get something. I'm just looking at ticket books, ticket stubs. 38. I'm trying to look for one particular artist. I can't remember where it's saw. When the last time I saw him was. There's a band for you that a lot of people didn't hear of, Savoy Brown, back in the day. How about Gene Simmons? I got to go on stage with Gene Simmons and sing a song. And there's Slash, and there's Ace Frehley, and there's Anthony Gomes. When did I see him? 2017, dudes. 2017. There's another good one, Tommy Castro. If you've never seen Tommy Castro, go see him. Hey, there's the Wallflowers. Randy Travis. I got to go see Randy Travis. Merle Haggard, Willie Nelson, Charlie Daniels, Marshall Tucker, Blues Traveler. There's another good one. If you've never seen Blues Traveler, go see him. Collective Soul. God damn. Weird Al Yankovic, Tim Wilson, there was a comedian. Lynch Mob, yeah, buddy. Brett Michaels, another really fine individual, a real gentleman who does a lot for veterans. Met the man a couple times. Good dude, man. He's a really good dude. Oh, Sebastian Bach. Skid Row, Quiet Riot, fucking Jackal. Sammy Hagar, Special Candlebox. God, there's one. Everclear, Warrant. Where the hell is that one? Buck Cherry. There was one. I went to see Buck Cherry a couple times. Not my favorite. Theory of a Dead Man was pretty good. Robert Cray, Delbert McClinton. Holy shit. Who in the fuck was that? George Clinton. If you like blues funk or black funk, that's, yeah. B.B. King. Who the hell is that? That's Buddy Guy. Tommy James and the Shondells. White Snake. Lynch Mob. There it is, right there. Don Felder. That's who I was looking for. Formerly of the Eagles. One of the best guitarists I think I've seen in a long time. Don Felder, right there. When was that, man? That was 2013. Creedence, a couple different times. Guess Who? Little River Band. All kinds of them. All kinds of them. What we got in here? Shit. The Buckinghams. Cheap Trick. Rat. Walter Trout. There's another good one. Walter Trout. And Robbie Krieger Band. I got a coin out of his pocket, too. He dropped on stage. I don't know if you can see that or not, but let's see if it'll focus on that coin. I don't think it will. And Nugent, and Nugent, and Nugent, and Joan Jett. How many times have I seen Joan Jett? How many times have I seen REO Speedwagon? How many times have I seen Nugent? Nitty Dirt Band. Orlando Rhythm Section. Well, good one. I got some shit from the Hard Rock Cafe in here from Philadelphia. Flash Cadillac and the Continental Kids. That was a good concert, believe it or not. Who the hell was that? Godsmack. Hairball. Hairball. I got an email from Wendy Dio after Ronnie James died. I got to see him at the surf. another one that's fun if you've never seen it before. It's called a band called Here Come the Mummies. They were on Bob and Tom a few times. I got to see them twice. Real fun show. A real fun show. Jethro Tull, Walter Tull, Peter Frampton, yeah. Kenny Wayne Shepherd. There we go. Kenny Wayne Shepherd, also a good guitarist. Also a good guitarist. So, yeah, there's a few good guitarists in there in those memories, but I think Marty Stewart probably going to be right up there at the top. And I did get to see Joe Bonamassa. There is a damn good guitarist right there. Damn good guitarist. Georgia Satellites, yes, very good. I don't have, and I probably do, but I have to go through that book to try and find it. But, man, I'm telling you. Yeah, I got to see the Dead down in, where the fuck was it? Kansas City. I saw the Dead in Kansas City. And it was a little auditorium, too. It wasn't very big. It wasn't a very big place. I bet there couldn't have been 2,000 people in there, maybe at that. And you didn't have to bring your own because it just got passed in front of you back and forth, and the secondhand high was fucking awesome. I call the Dead concert the last of the true hippie concerts. And when the hell was that? That was in 86, 85 or 86, 86, I think. 85, 86. God, and I was just still in the reserves too. I was in the 12 Special Forces group at the time. Had I got piss tested after that concert? Holy shit. I, myself, did not partake directly. Indirectly, though, holy shit, man. That was good. That was real good. Big beach balls up in the air, all over the place. And there was a blue haze in there. That's how much dope was being smoked. It was great. It was a great concert. Loved it. Big Red Bugs. Ooh. Budgie from Canada. Budgie? No, that's one I hadn't heard of. Budgie. Bee Gees. There you go. I was not a big Bee Gees fan at all. Chicago, yes. I like Chicago. Why? Because I like horns. I like horns a lot. Bee Gees, I went to see them, but I really wasn't into them. I sold, freaking awesome. I sold all of them. I had like 2 or 3 M16 crates. You know how big those are? They fit fucking, and I made a cabinet out of them, 3 of them, and I had them filled with albums. And when CDs came around and Blu-rays, and we didn't have a fucking record player anymore or a standalone system after I got married, my wife says, why don't you sell them? And I hesitated for a few years, and then I finally did after moving them several times. I sold them all for, I'm going to say on average, $3 a piece. I'll bet there was 300 albums in there. Easy. And I see guys bringing albums to concerts now, and they're getting guys to sign them. And now groups are starting to put out vinyl LPs again. And my daughter, my youngest daughter, God bless her heart, she actually started to like the same kind of music that I like. And she got herself a fucking record player, a fucking turntable. And she can actually play albums now. And I wish I had all those albums and I could have just gave them to her. But that's what happens. You sell shit, and then next week you need it. That's why I have fucking 2 great big racks of metal outside, just metal, angle irons and pipes and tubes and square stuff. And I just got 2 great big metal racks, and I don't really want to get rid of it because as soon as I do, I'm going to need a piece of it, and it'll be a piece that I sold. So Budgie open for really Budgie. For some reason that name Budgies. For some reason that name rings something in my primal head up here, and I don't know why. Is that a word they say in Australia quite a bit? Budgie? Budgie. I've heard that word before. It's just that I can't think of where. But different. That's different. Budgie. That's going to bother me now. And then when I get off the air, then I'm going to fucking think about it. I'm going to think of it. Or I've heard that word. You know, I got another one of these books full of stickers from the coin community also. And I'm starting to work on one now from the panning community. There's stickers and stuff from the panning community. And I got, hold up a second. I got, hold up. I'm right here. I'm not going anyplace. Here's the one from the coin community so far. And I mean, it's just full of stickers and stuff. But here's the one I'm going to start working on for the panning community. So I got to go on Amazon and get another book. They're called Here's a Ticket. Here's the ticket. Or just the ticket. It's a ticket stub organizer, but it's really good for keeping stickers and stuff like that in. Not only concert stubs and stuff like that, but pictures and stickers and stuff like that, and coasters and all of that stuff, you know. So that's the 3rd book there. I'm going to start the 4th book here pretty quick. And I don't know if I'm going to have anything else to collect after a while. And I know what's going to happen to them when I die. They're going to get put into a box, and my wife is going to go to all the girls or the family. Anybody want this stuff? Everybody's going to go, nope, don't mean shit to us. and it's going to go right in a fucking fire. So Cinderella and White Snake, Quiet Riot, Motley Crue. So that would have been in the 80s then. Okay. Why did I turn the stone? I turned the stone. For some reason, that also rings a bell in this primeval brain of mine. Well, I'm gonna have to look that up. Now I'm gonna have to look that up when we get off the air here. I am gonna have to do that. Can't Fight This Feeling. That was a song by damn. Somebody else did that song too. Hold up a second. Let me click on that. I can't see my feeling. Okay. Nope. I don't recognize that album cover. I do not. But I will put that on pause and go back to it. And I will go back to it. 86. That's when I was in Kansas City, moving to Chicago. Then I would have been listening to Motley Crue about that time. Okay. I'll go back. I'll listen to that when we're done here. Yeah, I got to see the crew at County Fair here in Iowa. I had to drive for a little ways. I mean, we carpooled several of us guys together and went down to that fair. And where were we? We were so close to the stage that we had to look up like this, and we couldn't really see the whole band. So we actually backed off about, I don't know, 50 yards from the stage, and then we could see everybody. That was a good show too. That was a good show. Molly Hatchet was good. All the southern rock bands about that time were real good. Yep. 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 I know I got that ticket stub over there someplace, but been a long, long road so far. I don't know. I think the first concert I went to was back when I was in high school. I rode down there with somebody, and all the southern rock bands were having a band festival down. I think it was in Cedar Falls. No, Cedar Rapids. Cedar Falls, Cedar Rapids. Cedar Falls, I think. Anyway, yeah, all the southern rock bands were having a concert. I think that's the first time I saw Charlie Daniels too, and 38 Special, and Molly Hatchet, and God, all of them. Man. But that would have been 74. Yeah, probably would have been 74. Yes, freaking awesome. But I also think that music is underappreciated in high school. It should be taught and more emphasis put on it because music teaches you math and science. It's a foundation for a lot of other disciplines that you need in high school. Music incorporates all of that, as well as shop classes, of course. We need a bigger emphasis on shop classes, on mechanics, on metals, on electronics, on home ec as in not cooking and cleaning, but home ec as in how to fill out a fucking 1040 simple form, how to do your taxes, how to keep a checkbook, how to create a budget, things like that, you know. When I was in high school, we had mechanic shop, we had metal shop, we had wood shop. We didn't have an electronics because it was before the electronics revolution. But that's why I went to college for. So, or I should say trade school. It wasn't college. Although I did get a degree out of it. What else did we have? Well, there was biology, of course. And we had math and beginner math and advanced math and remedial math, which is what I was in. Why? Why? When I say to you that math is the foundation of everything in this universe, everything is mathematically proven. It can be mathematically put into an equation. Everything in this universe, everything from the smallest to the largest, and that's why I say there is a supreme being that created everything, because it's too mathematically perfect to be otherwise. It can't be. But anyway, I didn't understand math, and I had a hard time learning and passing that until years later when I learned how I learn. If I thought of math in a different way, then I understood it. But the way they were teaching it in high school at the time, I didn't understand it, and I barely graduated because of that. Other than the fact that I was drinking and smoking dope for the last 2 years, but you know, yeah, and one of the reasons why I did that was because high school was a fucking bore, just a fucking bore. The shit that they're teaching you didn't teach you about life or didn't teach you about anything I was learning on the farm. I learned how to weld on the farm. I learned how mechanics on the farm. We were making our own fucking scooters and shit like that, mini bikes out on the farm. Because my stepdad would give us the metal and say, here, there's a welder, there's a rod. You guys know I taught you, get at it. And we go out and make a shit, you know? No, one of my favorite classes in high school, and it was all because of the teacher, I think, but it was also because we were encouraged to read at home. We had my mother had the Funk and Wagnalls encyclopedia set, complete set, that she bought a book a month, you know, and God knows we didn't have the money for that shit, but she did it because that was the only way we could look up stuff. We didn't have an internet. We didn't have access to the library. We lived in the country. And we were encouraged to read. We had a lot of storybooks that my mom would get for us. And I remember a lot of dog books, a lot of outdoor books, a lot of Alaska, Canadian adventure books. My stepdad got Fur Fish and Game, Sports Illustrated, or Sports Afield, and Sports Illustrated, I guess, and Sports Field, the outdoor magazines. That's what he liked, and that's what we read as boys. And he taught us how to trap. And so there's a lot to be said for um, encouraging young people to show them how to do stuff, and then have them do it, have them experimenting, have them making stuff, have them fixing stuff. Um, how the hell did I know how to take apart an engine and overhaul it? Well, it started on the farm, learned about more of it in high school, and then more of it back on the farm, and then in the military. It just, I don't think kids today are challenged enough. They're not made to do things. They're not made to go outside, play in the mud, uh, go in the woods, build forts, build a tree house, um, go fishing for crawdads, go out and catch frogs. And then once you catch a frog or a crawdad, what do you do with it? Well, you can use them small crawdads for a smallmouth bait, or you can boil them and clean them and eat them. And how do you prepare frog legs? And, how do you fish for turtles, snapping turtles in the spring? How do you catch a snake without getting bit? And if you do get bit, how to identify a poisonous as opposed to a non-poisonous? And if you get bit by a non-poisonous, is it going to kill you? No. It's going to hurt? Yes. But how do you prepare those skins? If you wanted to skin that snake, how do you skin it, gut it, prepare it to cook? How do you prepare that skin for taxidermy work? It's just stuff like that. Just, I don't know, man. I don't have much. I watched a movie last night, and I should watch it again. It's called Idiocracy. And if you haven't watched it, you should probably watch it, because that's how this country is heading. That's how this country is heading. So maybe watch it. Give that a watch. Idiocracy. Good movie. Yeah, pretty good movie. It just shows you how this country is evolving into. Anyway, Styx was a great show. I saw Styx at the fucking casino up here a couple times, and you could only get about 1,000 people in that room, and 900 and some, about 1,000. But yeah, Styx was a good concert. Saw them a couple times up there. And if you're close to a casino now, a lot of these casinos are having some really good shows. There's a casino down in southern Iowa, down by Des Moines, having some great shows down there. Great shows. God, I'd like to go down there more often, but you got to have the money for that. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, and we made mini bikes, little scooters, go-karts, um, overhauled our old junk motors, put motors on them. And we had to spend our money on that, too. It wasn't like the old man spent all his money on it. He would buy welding rods, and because he had to fix farm machinery, too, because we farmed. Not only did he work on a regular full-time job at Oliver or White Farm Equipment, making tractors and equipment, farm equipment, but he also farmed 160 acres, 180 acres, sorry, 180 acres. So, and then we raised, 15 to 20 cattle, and we farrowed 50 sows twice a year. So we had feeder pigs, plus we had sows farrowing, and so we were moving wean pigs over to the feeder floor, and feeder pigs, we were selling them to market. We were castrating pigs, notching ears, clipping teeth, giving injections, all of that shit while we were 11, 12 years old, dude. So I think I was 10. My brother was 11, 11 and a half, 12, somewhere around there. But yeah. Well, you raised 20 cattle because you had the feed, right? Because you farmed 180 acres. So you had corn and soybeans. So you had corn that you would grind. We had a grinder that we was on PTO on tractor. And so you grind corn. You baled hay. So you had hay. You butcher a couple of cattle to keep for yourself because there were 11 of us kids. So he had to feed 11 of us, plus him and mom were 13 people he had to feed. So we had to butcher our own hogs. We butchered our own cattle. You kept a few of them for yourself. The rest of them you sold for a profit. That was another income. Yes, and we got in on loading and selling and playing with cows and riding pigs and yeah, fun shit. No, usually what we had were Holstein bull calves because Holstein bulls were not something that people wanted. Those are throwaways because you can't raise another calf from a bull. So what we would do is we'd buy calves, we'd castrate them, and you have steers, right? So you raise steers for meat because they put on weight faster than a bull does, all right? And they don't taste as strong as a bull or a boar. That's why you castrate. And so you would sell, let's say you raise 20 cattle, you sell 18, you butcher 2, you know, you got 1,200, 1,500 pound steer. You butcher, you put in a freezer. That's why we had we had 3 freezers, chest freezers. We had a walk-in cooler that could be turned up to freeze. So we had, and the old man made that himself out of wood and insulation, and he bought the condenser and motor unit from a grocery store that had its own locker in it also, but they wanted to get a better, bigger one, so he got the other one. And so we had that for ourselves. And that was in the corner of the shed. So we could freeze meat in that. We cooked on our own lard, made our own lard, had crocks and kept out in the garage. So you would pour what we call fried down pork. You cut up little pieces of pork and cut it all up small and put it in this great big iron pot. And I still got the pot outside. And you put all the fat, cube fat up in there, and you just boil that down till it's liquid. Meat was cooked, and you pour that off into crocks, and you let it congeal. You cover it with a towel, wrap around it, and it stayed out in the garage. All right? And usually it's over the winter, so you just go outside, and well, it could be in the summer, spring too. Just, you know, you got a towel over it to keep the flies off. And you go out there and you big scoop out and take it in, put it in a pan, heat it up, drain off the lard, and that's what you would cook in. You would use that to cook in, that lard. And then the meat you ate, the lard you'd use over and over and over again. No vegetable oils, no seed oils, none of that shit. That's why I have a, 50-pound box? I think about a 50-pound box out in the freezer of lard right now. I don't like using seed oils. of any type. I will deep fat fry in peanut oil because of the high, it doesn't smoke as bad when it gets heated up. But I would rather cook with olive oil or lard. That's just me. But, whatever. Yeah, it's kind of like a scrapple, but not quite. Um, Scrapple's more of a head scrapings. Yeah, it's okay. Scrapple's okay. Kind of reminds me of Spam, but bigger chunks. But no, this we just call it fried down pork. That's what it was. Just big, like inch and a half cubes. It's all cut up. Same thing with the fat. And put it all together and boil her down until everything's cooked up and the fat's rendered off. And pour the meat and the fat into the crock. Let it cool, and then the little I call them fry bits. Um, I guess you would call them, what do you call them? God damn it. I can't think of what you call them. A little fried fat. Oh, yes. Yes. Olive oil, lard, and butter are much better for you than any kind of seed oil. Any kind of seed oil or cereal or any of that. Any of that. Coconut's another good one. And the only time I use peanut oil is when I'm deep fat frying like a turkey or something. But as far as cooking, I don't like to cook in anything. My wife still uses vegetable oil. I won't use the shit. I won't use it at all. All right. That's damn near 2 hours. So that's it. I'm going to go do something. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I should go down to the shed, feed my cat because I haven't fed her for a day and a half or 2 days. So she's probably hungry. She needs something to eat, and I can sit down there and smoke that part of a cigar I put up on the file cabinet. I think I'll do that. I think I'll go down there and feed the cat, have a cigar. I'll leave the dog up here by herself for right now until my wife gets home. She should be home here pretty quick. I don't know what she's doing. To use less Arabic. Arsenic. Okay. Arabic. Is your wife Arabic? Arsenic. No, I really do not agree with soy milk or any of that other fucking almond milk or and how do you fucking milk an almond? Those titties got to be so small, so small, and I bet you don't get much from each nut either. You know what they call it almond milk, don't you? Because nut juice was not really saleable. It just wasn't. But no, if you're gonna drink milk, drink a whole goat's milk or whole cow milk. It's not gonna kill you. You're gonna drink less and less as you get older and older. Yes, you don't need as much. Women need more calcium for their bones. That's just a fact of life. But they can get calcium from other things other than milk. Yes, you don't need as much milk or ice cream. I've just about given up eating ice cream at all or drinking milk. Uh, Coffee is my go-to every goddamn day, all day, or that, or water. I fill these up with water and drink a lot of water. But If I need something to cleanse my palate, then it's Diet Pepsi. And I know that's not good for you either, but I need something to stimulate my taste buds. Coffee and water just doesn't do that for me. I guess I could get some Mio and I could flavor water, but whatever. Cold coffee, that's what I drink. Most of the time, cold Folgers coffee. If I want good coffee, then I go to town and I get like Monster Energy drink, Mean Bean, or Java Monster or something. Cold coffees that I really like, made by Monster Energy. Or I'll go to the local Mennonite run coffee shop across the street from my Quick Star and grab a cold coffee over there because they make some really good cold coffees. It's like a Starbucks, but it's not. It's run by a Mennonite family, and the old guy that runs the store, I get along with him pretty good. So, Vietnamese iced coffee, really? Now, how did you discover that? How did you discover Vietnamese iced coffee? Unless you actually went to Vietnam. And I'm going to bet during the Vietnamese War that iced coffee wasn't a thing then. So that had to be within the last 10 or 15 years. I've heard of Jamaican me crazy. I have heard of that, but I have not tried any Black Rifle Coffee Company brews. I haven't tried any Starbucks brews. I've had Starbucks, but to me, it's overpriced. Okay, coffee. It's just whatever. I do like iced coffee, so I do. I do. More so than I like hot coffee, I can tell you that. The only time I'll drink a hot coffee is in the dead of winter. That's it. Otherwise, can't drink it. Oh, so that's a storefront over here then. I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, I'm not a big one on Starbucks coffees. No, I'd much rather have it from my local coffee shop here that the Mennonite family owns. And I don't know where they get their coffees from, but I know they don't grow them and they don't get them from a Mennonite community. So it has to come from someplace else. I suppose I could probably talk to them and find out, but I suppose I could talk to him and find out. He'd probably tell me. I give him free jerky every year. I say, try this recipe, try that recipe. He'll try it and he'll give me an honest opinion of whether he likes it or doesn't like it or whatever. He does like my not hot heat in the mouth per se, but he likes the jerky I make that has coarse black pepper on both sides. I really like that myself, but a lot of people do not. A lot of people do not like black pepper on their jerky like that. I love my black. It, I like to have that jerky just encrusted with coarse black pepper. But hey, I put black pepper, fine black pepper, in the jerky mix. But I like the coarse black pepper just crusted on the outside of it. I just love that. But okay, guys, that's 2 hours. Time for me to go. I gotta go do stuff, feed my cat. And now it's getting dark here, dude. Now it's getting dark here, Block. So, all right, gotta go. See you later. Peace out. Gotcha, freaking awesome. Out here.